Hello and welcome to Learning Excel 2016. My name is Mike Henry and this is the fourth video from Chapter 1. In this video we are going to learn about entering data into a spreadsheet. We're going to look at some different data types. We're going to look at text. We're going to look at numbers. We're going to understand the concept of best fit, and we're also going to see what autocomplete is. So we're going to just get data into a spreadsheet, basic data entry. So you can see here we've got a blank workbook. We're ready to go. We're ready to do some entering in of information, or some people would call it data entry. You can see right here I'm in cell A1. I have my little A1 up here in my name box. So I'm ready to go. So we're going to enter in some basic data here, which is text, and in this case I am going to enter in my name. So you can see I enter in my name, and I want you to notice right now the pointer is, or the vertical insertion point is right behind the Y in my name, and what I want you to see is I am going to right now hit the enter key. And when I hit that enter key, two things just happened. One is that the information that was there got entered into this cell called A1. When I was just typing my name, that data didn't exist. Okay, so if I start typing in a name right now, that data doesn't really exist. If I hit the escape key, the data disappears and it was never existing in the system. But when I hit the enter key, my name got entered into cell A1. It's now recorded there, and it's there until someone edits it and changes it. The other key thing that happened is my active cell moved from A1 down to A2. You can see the A2 is right here. It's the active cell. So it's very important to understand when you hit the enter key, you're going to be moving down. And I'm going to show you some of the difference here. So I'm in cell B1 right now. That's my active cell, and I'm going to put in my age. And you'll notice that I got my age in here, and I'm going to, instead of hitting the enter key, I'm going to hit the tab key. You notice that I moved to the side. I moved to the left side, to the right side. Now this is really important. The information was still entered in, just like when I hit the enter key, it entered it into the cell. This is 36 is now in cell B1. You notice when I click on that, you can see 36 is in the B1. But it moved me sideways. And the reason I want to make sure people understand this is when you go out there and design spreadsheets, there's certain industries that do certain things different. If you're in banking, if you're in finance, the stock industry, any of those, accounting, they go up and down. So when they enter in numbers, they use their pinky and hit the enter key on the number pad. So they like to go up and down in their world. Now if you work in the insurance industry, if you work in some of the medical records areas of a hospital, some governmental agencies, when they work with their things, they type in their thing and they don't hit the enter key, they hit a tab key. So when they hit that tab key, they're used to moving to the right. So if you're designing a spreadsheet for a certain industry, you really want to think about this, or else the person's going to get very frustrated when they try to use their sheet and their enter mechanism has been totally changed on them. So some people are now looking at this and going, oh no, you lost your last name. And that's not true. My last name's still there. If I click on cell A1, you can see that my name is still here in the formula bar. The problem is the window to look into this box isn't big enough. So I just need to make the window a little bigger. And if I put my pointer right here between the A and the B, you'll notice I get a new symbol. It's arrow keys pointing left and right. And if I click down, you can see that it tells me that the width of this window is 8.43. And if I move this to the edge, I can bring this all the way out to, there I am at 50. So now I got a much bigger window to look at my information in. So I can see everything. I can make that window smaller if I want. I could make it bigger, really big if I want it. Now one of the nice features is if I put my pointer right there and I double click, I'm going to click the mouse twice, you can see what it does is it best fits. It goes and finds the largest thing in the column, which in this case is my name. It added one extra space and it makes it that big. So the best fit becomes a really nice feature if you've entered in a whole bunch of information. Instead of sliding down all the way to the bottom to find the widest one, you can do best fit. Now, some other things here that I want you to notice is that the height works too. I can pull this down and I can make the cell really tall. So the thing can go both sideways and up and down, and best fit works both sideways and up and down. So remember that you can best fit. In this cell right here, I want you to notice something. I'm going to go here and I'm going to type in my town that I live in. If I can spell the town that I live in, you can see I do that. Now I'm going to highlight all three of these at the same time, and I want you to notice that I could double click right now and they all get best fit. Or I can grab this, and when I do this and I pull this out and I say they're all going to be 20 wide, you can see now that it makes these all 20 wide. So we have the ability to do multiple columns at the same time too. All right. Now we get going here and we're going to enter in another person here. So let's enter in Lisa Lombardozzi, and we enter in her name and we put in her age, and now she happens to be from Topsom too. As soon as I type in the T, notice that it says, oh, you've used a T word before. I'm going to try to help you out and let you do this. And if I hit enter, you can see that Lisa now is from Topsom. Okay. Now Lisa is right on the edge there. That's not truly best fit. Notice when I best fit it added that extra space. Okay. So this auto fill helps you by saying you've used a word that started with this letter before. If we put in here, let's just put in Jim, and we'll skip this part. If Jim is actually from Topsfield, if you notice I try to type in the T, it wants to help me out, and I keep typing and it keeps saying you've already got a word, you already got a word. Now when I get to this point and I type the F, it says, oh, I can see you wanted a different one. So now I can put in field, and so now I have a Topsom and a Topsfield. Now the next time I try to do a T word, it's not going to recognize it until I get beyond the beginning letters that match up, in this case T-O-P-S. So now if I decide that this is going to be a Topsom, I hit the H, you can see that it says, oh, you've used Topsom before. And even more, when I hit enter, see how it capitalized the T for me. So the autofill will definitely help you out in this mechanism if you're using the same words over and over and over again. So in this video we learned about entering data into a spreadsheet. We looked at two major data types. We looked at text, we looked at numbers. Later on as we go through the semester we'll see things like formulas and dates. But for this video we just concentrated on the two basic things, text and numbers. We saw that text goes to the left, we saw that numbers go to the right. We'll explore that a little bit more as we get going. We also saw the best fit and the ability for the computer to help us out with autocomplete.